Welcome to the You Are a Force podcast channel, your go-to space for real stories, fearless dreams, and unstoppable women rewriting the rules. And the force behind this podcast. Here is your host, Binoli Botadara.
Hi everyone, welcome to You're a Force, the podcast where we celebrate women who just don't see the opportunities where others see something small, but they actually create completely different world where world did not even notice those choices she made. I'm your host Binoli Botadara, and today's guest is a true pioneer and entrepreneur who carved out a niche that barely existed. She built her own reputation purely on the results and transformed specialty skills into a global brand. She did not just enter the beauty industry, but she redefined the category within that. At the time when most people barely thought that about eyebrows, she recognized the power of eyebrows and turned that precision artistry into her signature craft, which is so incredible. So from Deepika Padukone to Kate Moss, from high pressure clinics of London's Harley Street to Middle East and Mumbai, from variety of clients, from royalty to A-list icons, her name has become synonymous with philosophy of less is more. And it is my absolute pleasure and my honor to welcome none other than Suman Jalaf. Suman, thank you so much for being on You Are a Force.
Mary Tefo, I swear it was a beautiful intro. Thank you so much. And it's such a pleasure being finally on your beautiful podcast. We have tried so hard to align our dates, and today I'm here. I'm so grateful.
I am so happy. I was like, oh my God, I really hope that this works out well. But thank you. You've been supremely kind and genuine.
We have to blame the international time zones. We have not,
Oh
you know.
yes. Oh yes, between all the travels. But I want to address elephant in the room before I start asking any question. How do my eyebrows look?
I've already judged, but they're good. I'm not gonna, they're good. They're good, you know. They're not bad at all. Do you
Oh,
touch them at all?
it's a very polite way of saying that they are not
Promise
perfect
you, I'm very blunt. I will tell you. I will tell you. They are good. They're good.
because
You
I'm
check.
very particular about
You are
eyebrows. So I
good.
do not go to everyone. I have like a designated person. In Bombay,
Good.
when I used to live, I used to commute for like 35 minutes to get my eyebrows done. So I
I
would
totally
love
get
to
it.
sit in your chair one day
Oh,
and
soon,
maybe
when I know
do
you're
the
in
touch.
London, when I come, you're definitely coming on the hot seat. I promise you. But less is more. So the better, the longer you leave it, the better for you. Just nourish them, and I'll tell you how afterwards.
Done. I can't wait. But Suman, let's start from the beginning, right? I mean, before all this global iconic work which you're doing,
Oh,
from London's Harley Street to, Dubai to all these fame you've got, what was Suman like while growing up? And I'm sure
oh.
this was not the dream to become
Should
this
I be honest? Shall I be honest? Yes.
Go for it. Go for
So,
it. So you wanted to
can I,
become a lawyer or something outlandish like an astronaut or
you
doctor?
said what was the little someone like? I was a complete little brat. No, really. I wouldn't change it for the world. I am who I am today because of that. And I guess it's the upbringing, the guidance in that time when I was a child, the surroundings. It's just been life that taught me what I had to be like, not be like. So I learned life as a child on my own. But looking back, it was worth it. All the troubles, all the good stuff, all the tears. Anyway, so this brat who to I wanted to be something. I knew that from a very young age. I really inside my soul, there was a thing where I was like, I want to do something. I didn't want to be famous. I wanted to do something that was going to be famous.
Okay.
And the rest was history. I didn't think of it what it was. Like I said, it was something that was in me, embedded in my head or my soul as a young kid. And I carried it on while I'm going school, normal college, uni. I still at the back of my head while I'm studying and working at the age of 14, normal jobs. I still had that in the back of mind. I'm gonna still do that something.
Wow.
So, um, question, what was it again? You said,
So you
oh yeah. So
manifested.
I did have a strict father. First of all, my background is I'm a Punjabi, so people always it throws people off. Where is someone from? Till today, when I do masterclasses, clients when they see me, Suman is obviously an old Sanskrit name, which I got to know. My father gave it to me. I didn't like my name. Can you believe it? And today I'm using it as my brand. I don't know. I feel like it was an old. There was friends that said to me, Suman is a very old name. No one
It's a
really is called
soothing
Suman.
name. It's
Now,
such a
obviously,
soothing name.
yeah. And then the surname comes along, Jalaf, right?
Yeah.
Jalaf. And it sounds very Middle Eastern, so people don't know where actually I'm from or they guess. So anyway, so my Punjabi strict father was always like, at a young age, he would always get me books to study and stuff, and I just couldn't put my head around it, which there's a reason to it. I found out that after pandemic that I had ADHD, and it makes sense why I couldn't pay attention as a kid to doing all the things that anybody told me to do. I couldn't do what somebody wanted me to do. I had to do something on my own accord, my rules, my way, at such a young age. So he always said to me, I want you to be a teacher. It wasn't even a
Okay.
doctor, a lawyer, like a normal, you know, typical Indian Asian household family would
Yeah.
say to the child, doctor, lawyer. He was like a
Yeah.
teacher.
Okay.
And it was only till like before he passed away a couple of years ago, he came to visit me in my Dubai home when I moved in the pandemic, and I invited him. And I'm glad I did that, made the last memory with him. And I said, Dad, do you know? I do so well, make more than a teacher. Why are you not proud of me? Like, why do you want me to be a teacher? He just couldn't put his hand around. He was never into, like, he doesn't know what beauty even is and why
Sure,
beauty.
sure.
So I said, just let it be. I was too old now to give a damn what my dad thinks because I was happy in what I was doing. So
Of
yeah, that
course.
little someone was doing eyebrows at the age of 12 in the playground, literally. So, when you get the bell and it's
Mm-hmm.
lunchtime, kids go to the playground running because they only
Mm.
got that 1 hour. It goes so quickly. You either eat your lunch and you play activities in the playground. There was this one wooden bench that is for everyone to sit on, okay? But everyone was scared to sit on it because they're like, that's someone's bench. It had engraved SJ in like whoever scratched it.
Wow.
Because that's where I would lay down the girls and they will queue up these young girls, school friends, or just random other class girls who will come with their piece of string and be like getting their eyebrows threaded by me. I
So
was like this.
that's
I was like, who is this young mafia kid in the playground hood? Think she is doing business in a school where she's meant to study and doing brows. And it wasn't like I loved doing it. It was because I knew I was good and everyone's banking on me doing it. So I was like, okay, let's just do something out of this. I'm doing the eyebrows. Someone's got to do my maths homework in exchange. Someone's got to get me candy. Someone's got to get me lunch. So I
wow.
knew
So
I
you were
was a little
barter.
hustler at that
You were
age.
doing a barter.
Barter. At that age, hustling. I was,
Amazing.
I didn't know
And
what hustling was at that time, but now I'm
yeah,
saying I was
but you were being
hustling.
clever. You were being clever about
It's
it.
because I wanted stuff in life and I knew I had to work for it. I wasn't given it. My family was quite tough and I knew I liked good things. So how to get them was not by my family. I had to work for it. So that's what embedded in me at a young age.
But that's so
Yeah.
interesting that you started, threading eyebrows when you were 12, which is like, oh my God, and incredibly early.
Again, no one taught me. And I forgot to mention. It was something I can only answer it today because I was questioning how do I actually know how to thread? And that also with the hand, because not a lot of people can do it with their hands. It's like a little trick. You can learn it today, my love. It's just a technique. But how did I know how to shape brows? That I don't know. Still today, no one taught me. I just knew. I just knew. See, I took
Inherently.
pride in beauty, appearances. Um, I was very creative. I loved art. I was always focusing in art classroom, painting and graphic design. I took these courses and I did that in college and uni as well. If you ask me, I didn't know brows was going to be my business today. Do you
Of
really want to know what I
course.
wanted to be? I wanted to be a professional dancer, travel around. And if it wasn't that, I wanted to be a amazing artist, like something like graphic design. And it makes sense because I did study graphic design in uni and I use that skill still today. I do my own
Of
Instagram. Can you
course.
believe it? People are like, you do your Instagram? I said, I do my own Instagram still.
Love that.
I do need to take over because it gets too much, but I do my own, I have the eye for creating creativity.
Love that. But then that's what I was just wondering when I started doing research about you while I was, preparing for this podcast. And I learned that, your mother was going through chemotherapy at that time and she was losing her eyebrows.
So that's
So
when I turned
it's,
16, 18, I
yes.
think. So she was in the early 30s. My mum got married
So
very young.
it must have left a very deep emotional impact, right? So I want to ask that when you think about beauty, not just as a vanity, did that something, that experience of seeing your mother lose her eyebrows, change the way you look at the confidence and identity?
Absolutely, my mother. So me seeing her, from walking shoulder and head high, and sorry, I say that. So me seeing my mother, who was walking with her head high, all of a sudden she's now, you know, now walking with her head down. It was because she's now lost that confidence. So I saw what that did to her. So I knew that I wanted to help her. What can I do? And I realized that I love doing brows and I could do brows. What can I do to help women who go through this chemo? I didn't know what chemotherapy was, a cancer at that age. And I said, right, I want to learn that semi-permanent thing that people do. And it wasn't huge. People weren't doing it so much back then, but I remember seeing some magazine or catalog, and there was an advertisement at the back of those catalogs. And I was just searching and inquiring, and I was like, oh, how am I going to pay for it? And I was asking for help to get money to pay for the course and fee. Didn't really quite get that. So I remember working at the age of 16 in McDonald's. Yes, I worked in McDonald's, guys. And I was working and saving at that age. And I remember going on that course. It was
Wow.
actually in abroad, and it was for a few days, and it was hard to learn because they didn't speak English, or they had an interpreter, but it wasn't. I just took the basics from what I could learn from semi-permanent makeup, and then the rest was history. I self-taught and did my own thing, and I rest was history. And that's
Wow.
what I wanted to do the normal brows, which I could thread. And people think I just do permanent makeup. I actually, my forte is the shaping. That still remains, but that's what I started off with as a kid. Shaping is my baby, and then we do the semi-permanent makeup, the microblading, the powder brows. That's what lasts 12 to 18 months and gives back the brows and confidence to women that have lost their brows. It isn't just chemo, it's alopecia, it could be accidental.
Absolutely. I love that.
Yeah. It could be
Because
from thyroid as well, and
could
diabetes.
be.
People lose thinning eyebrows. It's become so popular now. It's actually becomes more. It's become not for. It's become more cosmetic, like trending or cosmetic reasons. They want it to look amazing all the time.
But that just makes me wonder, Suman, that when you entered that industry, this wasn't as common as what it is now, or maybe you have made it so common.
Oh,
Because when we talk about beauty industry, it's more about hair or skin or
yes, yes,
makeup, right?
yeah.
So when you thought of starting your entire career
I'll
on
tell
just
you.
eyebrows, did people tell you that you were slightly crazy?
I didn't give a damn. Don't listen to people. I go with my gut. And at the time, I didn't know what even my gut was doing. I just did what someone would do. That's typical me. If you don't know me, basically, I I was a great beautician. I also was like going back. I did uni, my degree. I was going to uni doing my graphic design at the time, and I was going to another part-time college doing my dental hygiene. Don't ask. Like I'm a Sagittarius. I get bored, so I want to do everything. I was a dental hygienist, learning and graphic design. And evenings, 2 days a week, I would go to beauty college in London. So I was
Okay.
studying to do beauty because yeah. So when I did beauty, I finished. I was still in uni, I think, and I had a job in beauty now because I've qualified. And I was an amazing nail technician. People don't know this. And I used
Really?
to work, my first job was in Nails Inc. in London.
Okay.
Oh, another thing was I lived in the suburbs outside of London. So I knew that all my friends that I went to college with and school, they all had finished now. We stayed in touch, some not. They all worked within the area. And I wanted to get out of the area and explore London now. So yeah, this me young girl going on the tube, going to London, I wanted something different. And I was working for all these companies and took the experience. So from nails, I then went into Selfridges.
Okay.
And Selfridges had another nail bar called Nail Haven. It was amazing and it did well. And the owner of Nail Haven is called Miss Salon London, who left and gone to South Africa, and she runs her business there.
Okay.
And you can even ask her. She will call me a brat to today as well. But she goes, we couldn't even fire you, someone. We wanted you so many times, but your craft was so good that we kept you. Anyway, so we are good friends till today. Love her. very inspiring, and she was a great mentor. She so after that, I couldn't work for anybody no more now. I saw an ad in Mayfair in a salon called Nikki Clark. Nikki Clark was an amazing hairdresser, famous for doing Princess Diana's hair, and there was an ad saying that they're renting the room for any beauticians.
Ah,
I didn't
okay.
think I could make money. I didn't think would I risk, could I make it or could I fail? See,
Sure.
I love risk. I go straight in. I don't think twice. I had to pay a deposit, and again, that was a hefty amount, so I had to save up for that, gave the deposit, and then I started. I had to buy all equipment from waxing machines, facials, beauty bed, everything from tissue box to everything from scratch. And I was there for good 4 years working, building up a clientele. So the clients will come in for their hair, they will get to know this beautician, and I would also do eyebrows and other stuff, waxing, facials.
Four.
And
Okay.
I knew I could do eyebrows, right? So when I started to do eyebrows again, so I left eyebrows from school to college and just here and their friends, family, aunties, and I didn't do brows after that. But then when I had the Nikki Clark room, I started to introduce brows in my services, right? When I started to do those clients' eyebrows again, it brought back my memory that, oh God, I love eyebrows more than facials and waxing.
Sure.
So if any tip I can give anyone is when they don't know what to do in beauty, is learn everything and find what you would enjoy. What's your niche? Like, would it be then be a nail? Would you want to be a nail technician? Do you want to be a specialist in facialist or waxing? You can find lots of things, or makeup.
Yeah.
I found
Yeah.
mine in eyebrows. And not only I found mine in eyebrows, in that area, London, Mayfair, it was very it wasn't common threading.
Yeah.
Waxing. See, I don't like waxing, I didn't do waxing. I had a technique that was called threading. So all the women started loving this treatment. There was no Instagram, so it was all word of mouth. And I built up my clientele. And then I had done my good few years in Nikki Clark, and then they had shut down and moved location. I didn't want to change because I thought change is healthy. I've been here a good amount of time. I then from Mayfair went to Belgravia. Belgravia, I went to a lovely salon called Neville's, and another salon called Ever Douglas. I'll come back to Ever Douglas. After Neville's being there for good 4 years, they never had anything called brow bar in their salon. I
Okay.
said, can I please put a chair here and do eyebrows? They looked at me thinking, she's mad. But okay, we try that out. I remember the very first day I started, the owner, Neville himself, came down and he said to me, very good for the first day. And I was like, yeah, thank you.
Ah.
And again, no Instagram, word of mouth. The clients will um, try me out and they'll keep repeating, come back, maintenance. And then from there, I got really better. I got better and good at the microblading and semi-permanent. That required a beauty room. It takes longer to do. And then I found a space in Errol Douglas, a lovely hairdresser. He's an MBE in hairdressing. I didn't stay there long. Let's just say a couple of years under, because the owner has said to me, Suman, I adore you. You make us a lot of money, but it's really unusual this coming out of my mouth. But I think you have potential. You should spread your wings, leave, and go and do this on your own. Like he was
Wow.
helping me to say, there's more than this you working under a roof, under hairdressing. No, to go and do something with this skill you have, talent, and fly. I was like, cheers, Errol. Love ya. Thank you. Great mentor. So then again, no Instagram. Actually, that's when then 2014, I remember the date because that's when I opened a page called Browse by Summon. And the rest is history. And then from that page opening, I then found a room in Brompton Road in London. And I took the room and I just started doing brows again, third time on my own. And everyone would find me again, built up the clientele. And now I got extremely busy that I was like, two hands are not enough. I'm not an octopus. I need help. I had to get another brow artist. And there's a beautiful girl who's still with me today. She's been with me a decade now. Her name is Jansu, and she is now traveling. She wants to explore. She's in Bali. So I said, do what you have to do. You've been with me long enough. But she still works part-time with me. But
Right.
she was the first girl I hired in doing eyebrows. She was great.
So,
I had to make sure she was excellent because I was so particular. That was my problem. Trust issues and having to be perfectionist like
of
me.
course,
Very hard. And she nailed it. So then from
because you were putting
me,
your brand,
yeah,
right,
yeah,
at
yeah. But
stake and running.
from me to her, it wasn't enough. Then I needed to get more girls. And then
Of
lovely
course.
Hershey Sons, the beautiful brand who do hairdressing, Luke and his father, Hershey Sons, they had opened a beautiful store, big store in Berners Street
Okay.
in Fitzrovia,
Okay.
and they reached out and having me to have my brow bar in there, and
Okay.
I put my brow chair there. It's called a concession. So that's in London right now. It's been since they've opened, and another one in Belgravia. There's another Hershey's they've opened up a few years ago, more than a few years ago. So yeah, I have two brow bars in London where I have two full-time girls that do what I do, not semi-permanent. Again, I train them and they do exactly brow shaping, the lash lifting, the lamination, and all my clients that can't see me have now gone to them because obviously I'm now international, right? So
I love that.
that's the
I love
history.
the
That's my
journey.
journey.
That's amazing. And to from being a completely outsider, also creating your own brand, creating the niche, and then making sure that in the most elite addresses in the West End, you actually sort of created your own brand and name, right?
Yep.
And
Yeah.
ultimately, that sort of creates a loyalty, and then
Yep.
the rest is history. And that's why today you are a sort of household name amongst the people who actually value this kind of treatments, or about the aesthetics, not just outer beauty, but also something that you have created something which gives people their own self.
I've seen that. I've created what people like. I just did a masterclass today in Hyderabad, and the amount of girls that turned up are they have no more jobs, but they want to learn this as a hobby or to learn for themselves,
Yeah.
or actually want to take another career hobby step to do brows. And I honestly want to say, no, I don't have proof, but I can only say from my heart that in
Yeah.
2014, when I started this microblading, a years along after that, it boomed, it became popular. I started seeing more people literally replicating the name browsed by Helen, browsed by Sophie, browsed by some. I was happy to see a thing I created now becoming a niche. Now people have taken brows out of the beautician or salons and made it a separate thing. Now you see in LA, Canada, Australia, you see people have brow studios now. It's amazing.
So, Suman, when I started doing the research, right, I stumbled upon this fantastic research which shows that when eyebrows are diligently removed from any photograph, people struggle to recognize the face, and even more than even if the eyes were removed. So, which means the brows are quietly one of the most powerful features of anyone's faces.
It You've taken it out of
So,
my mouth. It frames your face completely,
yes.
Binoli. It does.
Yes. So when someone sits in your chair, from Deepika Padukone to Kate Moss to any actress to a normal person or a normal girl, you are not just grooming their hair, but also you're influencing how their face is going to look like. So when you sit, or
Mm.
sorry, when they sit in your chair with your professional eye, how do you deal with clients' insecurities? Because it is not just your skill set, but it's also a bit of psychology. So, can you take us through the journey when you actually have these actresses to royalty when they sit in your chair? How do
So
you?
it's not absolutely, you said a lovely question, but the thing I would say, I also had to see what is it I do, and I learned by doing it so many years, so much experience I had that I don't just create brows. Obviously, the brows are very bespoke. I don't fit one brow that fits all face.
Yeah,
I take consideration the face shape, the
yeah.
features, the hair, everything, and their personality. So I think more than brows, I am a therapist. I give therapy. I talk to them. I am the personality that they enjoy at the same time giving them brows. That's in a nutshell. It's the personality.
Okay.
And
And
they come
also,
back.
which also fascinates me because you operate in London, Dubai, Bombay. So the ideal brow in Mayfair might be different than what it is in Bandra, right? For
Sandra. I knew you were
so,
going to say
how
that.
do
Yeah.
you translate the signature Suman brows aesthetic across different cultures, different countries, different cities, as per your beauty standards? But and today, these days, there are also TikTok trends. So, how do you create something which is bespoke but also being true to your brand and which actually is still having the DNA of Brows by Suman?
I don't change what I do, no matter where they're from, what color they are. I stick to the same method. That's why I've traded to the brow method, which is my shape and tint I've created. So I don't change anything about which city I'm in. I give the same
Okay.
experience to each person. Yes, there are a lot of virgin brows, a lot of people that want to come to me because they've seen me do X, Y, and Z celebrities. So now they want to experience it. And most of them sit in my chair, mainly in India, because India didn't pick up on brows so quickly.
Really?
There's some women that are untouched brows, but they still want to come to my chair and they say to me, what can you do? Do
Oh,
something. Touch me. I'm like,
they have that
okay.
trust in
Okay.
you.
It's a trust. That's what I'm saying. From my work that speaks honest, because I post a lot of before and afters, which is true work. And then having to know that what it does for these people now that I do reels and collaborations and testimonials, and they want the same feeling, they want to have the same experience, so they come along, and I educate them first, Binoli. I don't just do straight away,
Sure.
because sometimes less is more.
And that's what I wanted to understand that, your signature is less is more, but we live in an Instagrammable faces where with
Yeah,
fillers and, all this Botox and then
yeah,
overfilled,
yeah,
eyebrows and
yeah.
also like this
Oh, a lot of makeup
exaggerated
on. Yep,
contours.
yep.
So how do you still stick around with your philosophy of less is more? Because if someone is coming to you, but they have their own way of, looking at their faces in a certain capacity, or their friends are looking in a certain way, how do you still not pivot from less is more? And how did you come up with less is more? So if you can tell us, like, what do you mean by less is more?
So when you do the procedure, they what do they what do they do? They I show them the mirror. They look in the mirror instantly. Oh, iPhone, I say. I'm like, put that iPhone away. Look in the proper mirror. I'm being honest with you. I'm looking in the mirror. It's been done for the first time, or it has been done first time with me. They may have done it somewhere else, but mine is different, and they feel like complimenting themselves or telling me they love it from something they came in or they wanted so much more. And I've said to them, please lay down, trust the process, let me do. Or it could be with my artists. We all have the same method because I've taught my girls this. So
Sure.
when we do the procedure, no matter how much they want it to be against what I want, they will look in the mirror and they will automatically love it. And they'll be like, we see what you mean. So it's kind of like I educate them. They have to be educated. They have to be told why I don't do it so dramatic, because they want it like the arch to be higher when I say no, you can't, because it shouldn't be there. I have to teach them the golden ratio. I have to teach their own bone structure, teach them about their eyes and their eyelids, everything. But most of them do still want it to be more. And with semi-permanent, I'd be like, it's fine. You sometimes can't pivot that. And I tell them, if you still want it with me, my work is natural. What you're looking for, another artist you can search to do it. But if they still want it with me right now, what's the next thing I'm going to do? I'll be like, I'll do it for you. If you want it X, Y, and Z way, then you can enhance it yourself with cosmetic makeup pencils. And they all normally opt for that. If they want to, so say like I've done yours and it's natural, but now you're saying you actually want it a little bit more darker, because it's not makeup, it's semi-permanent. You can't actually use dark inks, because
Yeah.
they need educating again that if I do darker, my love, on you, it's going to only change color, which is not going
Sure.
to be nice. And they don't know this because they haven't experienced it, but I can only tell them. And once they do have it from another place, they realize it has gone gray. And then they come back to me, or whoever, and they say, can you
Yeah.
fix this? And it's too late then. They end up paying more, because now they have to do removal, wait X amount of months, and then come back to us and get it fixed. It's actually all to do with a little bit educating.
Okay. Okay. So that's the key. And
Did I
also
ask
I
that
want,
question right? Was that what you was asking?
yeah, yeah. I
Okay.
was I was basically asking the same thing that, when someone is actually sitting in your chair and today's day and age, Kim Kardashian is doing something and suddenly that's in vogue. But
I
that's not
know.
how your less is more philosophy is. So I was just thinking that how do you
And
change?
trends, Binoli. A lot of people come by trends, and I absolutely don't go by trends.
Exactly. So that's what my question was that when we're trending on Instagram, something is trending today, tomorrow something else, but you're
Yeah.
still true to your technique, which
Well,
is
yes, I
less is
am. It's
more.
true.
So
Yeah.
how do you convince your client? That's what I was asking.
To be honest, I don't have to do that much convincing, Binoli. Instagram speaks for itself. They come. The word of mouth is still powerful free marketing tool. They come and they just sit on my chair and trust it. There's not much. It's not difficult for us. It's not much to convince.
Correct.
They actually know where they're coming. The
It's
brand
like,
itself,
yeah, it's like going to a doctor and you don't just tell the doctor what, I mean, though I have done the Google research, I know what my problems are, but you don't go and teach doctor that,
yeah,
give me this medicine. I think
yeah,
it's pretty similar to that.
absolutely. Yeah, you know, you said it. Yeah,
But then I also think that, you have two hands, and we just spoke about it because everyone wants to sit in your chair, but you have like a huge team of around 14 specialists in different cities, and, you travel
no,
extensively.
it's happening to be soon more artists around different cities. In London is where I have my team
Okay.
permanently.
Okay.
So I
So
have an artist between two, three. They come with me when I do the global brow tour.
done, I will. So my question to you is that how do you protect the integrity of your craft just while building the team and the artists, who are actually using Brows by Suman as a brand, without even, because you're giving that sort of artistic ability for them to explore to the client. So how do you teach them and how do you ensure that the work remains the same even if they're not through your hands?
I'm with them. I monitor and watch. I see exactly. It's been
That's
enough
really
time
nice.
that I've been with them. Now I can trust them enough to go ahead and do it. And I
Yeah.
would know because I get feedback from clients. They always DM me, email me, can tell me WhatsApp. So I'm always forever what helping and seeing if everything's done. Like I said, I'm a perfectionist. I'm always checking on whether things are going right, and usually it is, So I have nothing to worry. I don't change artists so often. If first of all, I'm very blessed that my team are with me for a long time because they must love working with the company. They don't get to interact with me that much because I'm now unavailable where I'm traveling so much. But where I'm on tour now, my artist is with me now working and we work together so I can see what we do, we communicate, we have a laugh, we talk, we have a laugh with our
So it's a
clients. It's all
family.
like a community, it's like a fun vibes
Family.
while we're doing treatments. Yeah,
Love that.
yeah,
And some of the beauty industry today is worth 600 billion globally.
crazy. Yeah,
Brow, just as a category, is projected to reach around 1.2 billion by 2026, so which is just a fraction. But
imagine.
also, when you decided to launch your own products, Brows by Suman, what gap did you actually see on the shelves that others did not see, which completely was missed? And then you sort of came up with unique sort of products which changed the way, people use their brows.
Good question. I love it. So when someone's not doing brows, what does someone do when she's having time to herself? Because this brain doesn't shut off. I could be on a vacation now with my partner and I could be just being, I think I'm off, but you know what happens with this back of my head? Ideas come, the
Yeah.
creativity comes. So now I'm writing down notes, things that I can bank and write, things I can put down and come back to it when I'm ready to formulate them. So 5 years ago, and it's still in the process, I have a product which will be launching soon. I cannot wait, my baby. People love it. My clients love it. They're like, is it ready, someone from UAE,
Really?
London to India? Because I'm just waiting for it to launch. And you're the first to know, Binoli, on this podcast that I am launching brow products. And one brow product is never enough, by the way, to make a beautiful brow. Okay,
Really?
you've got the pencils, the pomades, the
The
felt
entire
tips,
kit.
the gel. It's going to be a kit, but I'm not, people can invest, people can get product developers and help them in their businesses. Like brands like Dior or like Chanel, they're a brand, right? In fashion and they've got beauty, but they themselves are not the expert in like makeup. They
Yeah.
can do it because so I would say someone like Mario, who is a makeup artist, love his work, love
Work.
him as a person. I love how he is a makeup artist and he has formulated and created his product line because he knows, right, what he wants because he's a makeup artist.
Yeah.
And so, as a brow artist, only I know what's the gap, what's needed.
Hmm.
You know, there's always room for more brow artists to have products. Like I look up to Anastasia Beverly Hills, amazing. So I'm someone from London, so I am now missing products, and that's in the making. And there's few things and formulas and stuff I want in my products that isn't out there, which I can't reveal, but that's in the making, and that's why I know there's a space in the market. And even more so, like there's something I want to create where if I'm not around, because nothing is around forever, but I want the brand to continue. So I want there to be
Legacy.
a legacy and a system where everybody one day, all the women and men in the world can be able to do their brows one day themselves.
Oh my God, that's beautiful.
So
That's
that's my dream,
amazing.
by the way.
Love that.
That
And
is my
more
baby.
power to you.
Thank
And I
you. And
cannot
on the
wait.
side, there will be a Suman school. There will be, because there's a lot of people that want to learn, and that's also in the making.
And that's amazing because then you're giving the power in different hands, right? But no one can replicate you, but
I
also
just
with,
love that there will be jobs for people to
yeah,
do.
yeah,
So
yeah,
why not?
I agree. And also, someone we spoke about all the celebrity clients and all these A-listers, from Deepika to Kate Moss to many other people who are photographed million times a day. But my question to you is that when you have this kind of client, do you feel pressure? And
No, not at
also,
all.
no? And what was that, or who was that one client or a big break who actually changed the trajectory of your business overnight?
It wasn't the client particularly that changed my business overnight. It was just really dedication, hard work, and being resilient. And me as a person, I'm very resilient. I can have knockbacks, but I can get up and go for it again. Uh, the clients, word of mouth was my strongest, point. The
Strength.
strongest, what's the word? My strongest, oh my God, I'm lost the thing. Market, the word of mouth was my strongest way of getting clients.
That's your USP.
Yes, and then obviously Instagram came around, and then now people bank on Instagram and see, let's see who
Yeah.
she is, I see her work, which is helpful, which is great. I don't call it my Instagram. It's for me, it's my portfolio. Have a look at my work. It's easy for to show them, But the how India has changed for me drastically was when I did Deepika Padukone for her wedding, before her wedding, sorry. She was getting a few months before. And then lockdown happened, pandemic. And then I was in London this morning, ITV, live,
Ah,
before London went lockdown. So
okay.
those two were great pivoting point. And during the pandemic, I remember everyone DMing me, messaging me from India saying, "Can you come? Can you come? India, India, come, please come." And I did a lot of with the media and press people and journalists, a lot of lives, stories. You know how everybody was going on
Yeah.
stories live.
Yeah.
That was happening. So my brand got known very quickly.
Sure.
So
Sure.
that probably was what got me completely busy. And then I actually moved to Dubai in pandemic because I kept traveling and it was much easier on my health from being center of the world.
Yeah,
And
of course. And go to the
yeah,
east and west very
yeah,
easily
yeah,
from that
yeah.
question. Cool. So, Suman, I want to ask that every entrepreneur's journey has some moments or some experiences which nearly broke them, or also sort of helped them pivot into completely different territory. So, was there any particular opportunity or failure which nearly broke you at that point in
It
time,
has,
but
it
you
did. It did
very
break me, Binoli. Nice question. It was like memory lane. You're taking me back. And I can
so
smile about it. But I remember what state I was in that time. It was a couple of circumstances in my life has happened with business and personally. What's this? Oh, sorry. Something you're gone blank. Yeah. Shall I continue?
yeah, yeah,
A couple of things, a couple of times, painful things have happened during my entrepreneur's life. No,
sure.
during my business and during personally at separate time events. And it's a short moment of like vanishing, closing down, just like vanish, right? Just like not to talk to me anyone, and I'm just gonna stop what I'm doing, had enough. But very quickly, I'm quite spiritual, Binoli, so I believe that my angels are with me and they come with their flying wings, they hover me and they say to me and give me a hug and say, everything's gonna be all right. You've got this, girl, you've got this. Because anything that things that can fail me actually reverses, it goes opposite way. So anything that has happened negatively, I get this fire ignited in me and I'm like, I'm coming back and I'm coming back stronger. Just watch me. That's my attitude. It has been.
Love
I
that.
guess, yeah, it has been like that, Binoli. That's the truth.
So
Everyone's
how
different though, Binoli. I can't give an advice. That's my personality.
no, no,
So
no.
I just think
So that's
it's
what
how you deal
exactly
with it.
I was just about to say that what I'm getting that you're not questioning why this is happening to me. You're thinking that, how can I get out of it? And what's my learning? So ultimately, you move on from the situation you're in. You're
Yeah,
not like
yeah,
whining and sitting
yeah.
and, of course, we all
I
go
don't,
through
I know, I learned this about me now in my 40s. So back then I was thinking, why did I do that? I guess that's just my personality. And I do think it makes sense. Well, with a lot of therapists I spoke, and they would keep bringing back ADHD and my personality together. It's just my sign. It's just who I am. So I hide my emotions. I just brush them under the carpet and carry on.
that.
But I don't do
Okay.
that now because I know it can make me unwell, and it has done. So now I deal with it in a different way. And I have very limited people around my life, and they're just a great support system.
That always helps.
Yeah,
It takes a village for sure.
yeah. Learning from other business people and sometimes clients, they're amazing to talk to. And I just take opinions and help and guidance, and everything works out. Everything happens for a reason, is what I taken on. I
Okay.
used to question it. Why? Don't care anymore. Don't give a
Love
damn.
that.
Yeah.
Love that. Kudos to you.
Oh,
Even microblading has become hugely popular now, and people are surrounded by confusion and fears. So, everyone
oh.
who is listening today, who is curious or wants to be cautious, can you explain what actually happens during the process and also what separates from true expert like yours to someone who simply has done just a weekend course?
Oh, brilliant question. Oh, your questions are amazing. Okay. Microblading is handheld tool that creates hair-like strokes.
Okay.
Looks beautiful. And I did that for a decade. It's lovely. But even over experience, you get to know um, it's not for everybody.
Okay.
Although let's just say you want to come to me, you want microblading, and you sat in my chair, I want microblading. I'll be like, okay, let me just, it's all about skin first. You got to see your skin texture, skin type, skin quality. If you're oily combination, then
Okay.
microblading will look great for the first 3 6 months, but after that it will migrate. That means your
Really?
skin type, yeah, because it doesn't stay crisp like hair stroke. It can only look great on someone with the normal to dry skin.
Okay.
And powder brows, again, people get scared of powder brows. They think it looks blocky. But again, it's a technique which is a machine with a cartridge, and it spits out little dots. So it's very like pixelated. It looks quite um, saturated and very natural. It's not so invasive either. Blading is you are making like paper cuts in the skin, implanting the pigment.
Oh,
And the machine one is same thing, pigment, but giving little dots rather than making the lines in the skin.
okay.
But now what's popular, and not just popular, we love the effect, is combination brows. What it is now strokes to give you those hair strokes in the front, and the machine is done on the mid to the tail. I have it, and it's very popular. I've posted a lot on it recently on my recent feeds. Combination brows, and especially those who have done microblading in the years before,
Yeah.
and they want to fix, they want to come back and do annual retouches. We actually educate them that your blading has blurred and it's changed color. You need color correction combination brows, and that's what we do.
Love
It's
that.
actually and then the other technique I really want to mention is people, they are artists who just use marketing names, but they actually don't do it. It's called nano brows.
Okay.
Nano brows or nano blading is the same as microblading.
Okay.
It's the word blading is the same technique, whether it's nano or micro, it means the same thing. But if
Hmm.
it's nano strokes, then that's a different technique, and that's a machine that creates those lovely lines.
Hmm.
Instead of the blading now, it's a machine that does the lines.
Hmm.
It looks great, but a lot of people are not. There's only a few good top artists doing this
Hmm.
because they can have the ability to do a client for 3, 4 hours. It takes that long. But
Sure.
what happens is it fades very quickly, and that client comes back and complains, even though the artist may have told them it's very natural, it will fade. They hear that part, but they don't want to listen to it. When it comes to their brows fading, they're like coming back and saying it's gone, and then they have to do another 3, 4 hours again. So it's time consuming. One of my artists, I given that she does that. I told her, please, this is your baby. You can do this because I don't have the bandwidth to do 3, 4 hours. Now that I'm
I
at this
know.
age, I could have when I was a lot younger, and I used to do so many eyebrows in a day. You won't believe it. I could take on 6 microblading a day, and now I can only
Wow.
do 4 to 3. It's just
I think
age
these,
catches up.
yeah. And I think
But
these women also, they would look at it as return on investments, right? Oh, I spent X and then again, it did not
yes,
last for
but what you asked me exactly those
2 months.
they're
Hmm.
back in the chair because they're like, loved it, it's faded, I'm ready for
Yes.
it. So that's the confidence, that's what they want to save that 20 minutes in bed, leave the house for jogging and not have it to fill in. All reasons.
Absolutely, because it's going to transform the entire face,
Yeah,
right?
yeah.
So, to all the listeners who are listening today, if who could not sit into your chair at the moment, what are the three simple rules or hacks you would tell them to follow at home to improve the brow shape, or maybe to look in a certain way which can actually frame their faces?
Less is more. Can I just go back to when it was pandemic, how everybody couldn't go to a brow parlor,
Yeah.
brow artist? What happened to them? Either they were going batshit crazy because their eyes, brows have now gone jungle-fied, or they were so happy that they have not touched them and now they got their hairs fuller and
Yeah.
fluffier. They have
Yeah.
maintained that because that's what I like. I want to see a client who shapes their brows every 8 to 12 weeks, not
Hmm.
every 2 weeks. Again, I
Hmm.
educate the clients that do used to come 2 weeks. I'm like, you don't need to come two
Hmm.
weeks because the
Hmm.
hair cycle is different. You need to let them all come out your follicles, roots. That's why you get ingrowing hairs. The longer you wait for the eyebrows to grow, the better you'll have fluffier, fuller, youthful brows.
Hmm. Oh, wow.
So I've got
Why
my
belly?
Oh, the belly button for you heard the trend, but castor oil patches on the belly button helps you for the diet for the
The
for
digestion.
digestion and bathroom.
Oh, really? Okay.
Yeah,
Good to know. I didn't know that. I'm gonna
yeah.
try. I'm
You can
gonna
get those
try.
patches on Amazon. It's really
Okay.
good. Yeah, yeah, yeah. It
Okay.
helps you.
Cool. I'm give it a try.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
Um,
So again, and if you wanna, one tip I'll give is please don't get tweezer happy. Just put them away. Don't even touch them. But
really? Because of
if
the
you need to
ingrown.
clean, yeah. Not ingrown. If they want to remove unwanted hairs, just try and stick to the unwanted hairs on the eyelids. Don't go
Hmm.
into the eyebrows. Leave like a millimeter or
Hmm. Hmm.
away from the eyebrows so you don't hack into the eyebrows. Because once you do, they keep tweezing, and next minute you know they've taken half off or it's unshaped or
Hmm.
thin brows. So that's what I would tell them.
Okay. And finally, Suman, if every woman listening today quietly nurturing the small idea, creating that niche business, or when they think that the business is too small or the idea is too tiny, what would you tell them? And what would you advise them?
It's probably what I did. But now there's a lot more, and it is competitive now. It's like with Instagram, TikTok. I'll say just please practice and get your best pics and just put them out on social media because it's all about social media. People want to, don't go to webs now. They want to go straight to Instagram, see who the artist is, how the work is. So stay true to yourself. Do
Hmm.
your research. Like even if you're a brow artist, doesn't mean you stop learning.
Hmm.
Keep learning more techniques, more artists, travel, explore other countries and what they do. Go to exhibitions and beauty shows, learn more, educate
Hmm.
yourself. Even though you're an expert in your field, still learn, keep learning. And yeah, don't, even though you have tough days like I used to, and sometimes you do, where you like feel bored or had enough, it's just a phase. It's just a feeling. Yeah, because you want it to go your way and it's not. It's there's always bigger, better things coming. So never give up. If you believe in yourself and just follow your dream, then it will come true and just keep working hard because hard work really pays off.
Love that. And last but not least, what is next for Suman, or what is next for Browse by Suman? We spoke about the products, but
Yeah.
apart from that, any new locations opening, any new pivot into different sectors,
You
industry?
have to watch the space. I would love to reveal. Just keep watching the space. It's all happening. It's going to be a good year.
And more
Let me
power to
expect.
you.
Thank
And
you
I
so much.
cannot wait. I cannot wait to see that. But before I
Thank
let you go,
you.
I'm just going to ask rapid fire questions.
I I've
Whatever
always
comes to your
I
mind,
always wanted a rapid fire. I used to
it's going
watch
to be
these
fun.
current coffee
Whatever
currents.
comes to your mind, just bring it on, right?
Yeah.
Best piece of advice you've ever received.
Um, Always have a backup. No one else is gonna do it for you.
True,
Do it yourself.
true. What's one thing people should stop doing with their eyebrows immediately?
Overplucking, like I said.
If you could meet 16 years old Suman today, what would you tell her?
Um, oh, well, I wrote some. Sorry. Start again.
Okay, okay. Should I ask again?
Yeah.
If you could meet 16 years old Suman today, what would you tell her?
To stop shrinking yourself to fit in, be true to yourself, makes you happy.
Amazing. I love that. What's one daily self-care routine you swear by apart from the castor oil um, on your belly button and on your eyes?
So when I wake up, I need to have no noise. I need time for myself. So no phone, just I put out my intentions for the day and I actually got it here, but I want to show you that I don't leave without doing this daily because this has been wonders for my skin.
Oh,
The
yes.
face LED mask.
Okay.
Mhm.
What's one trait that separates you from all other brow artists?
Um, I don't just shape brows. I give confidence.
Oh my God, I love that. What's one thing about, uh, sorry, what's one thing you underestimated about yourself when you started building your own brand, Brow Specimen?
Um, Say that again. So sorry.
What was that one thing you underestimated about yourself when you started building Brows by Suman?
I thought I was doing beauty, but I was saying it earlier, I was more of a friend, a therapist to the clients.
Amazing. One celebrity you've not worked with, but you would absolutely love to work with or make her or him sit into your chair.
Can it be from someone who's no longer here? It's my idol. I loved Alia so much.
Really?
And
Ah,
someone from today would be Jennifer Lopez.
amazing. I would say Taylor Swift. Let's make
Yeah,
a
as
list.
well. But you asked
Let's,
me the question, so these are my people.
yes, of
Yes.
course.
Oh, I've got a list full. I would love to do in Hollywood.
Amazing. What's next? Okay, I've already asked what's next. Sorry, I was just reading. What's your favorite book you would recommend everyone should read?
Oh, can I be honest with you? As someone with ADHD, I don't focus on reading books. I do podcasts or audios.
Okay. Anyone,
So
any podcast or audio book or anything you would
I
recommend?
did Diary of a CEO.
Oh, I love that.
Yeah,
It's really nice.
yeah.
And last but not least, what does success mean to you?
Waking up every day and love doing what I do in my own terms whenever.
That's amazing. And that's freedom too, right?
Yeah, freedom. So important.
Absolutely. So, Suman, thank you so much for sharing your story with us today. Your journey is the ultimate proof that no idea ever is too small or no belief is too big enough. But when you commit to mastering your craft, the world has no choice but to notice and pay attention. And you just didn't create a brand or build Brows by Suman, you actually built the ecosystem of trust and artistry with confidence. So you aren't, I would say, not just shaping brows, but you are shaping or reshaping the way women see themselves in the mirror every single day. And to all the women who are listening today, remember, this is more than just a podcast. It's a global sisterhood. It's a makeover session for the mind, and it's a warm hug. So go find that thing that lights you up, just like Suman did. Find your niche,
Absolutely.
find your craft, and find your
Yes.
passion. Because when no one is watching, and even when no one is applauding, keep going, keep redefining, and keep believing in yourself. So thank you so much. On that note, until next time, stay beautiful and stay powerful. Thank you.
Oh, lovely. So lovely to have this podcast with. Thank you so much again, Binoli. And yeah, more
Thank
power
you.
to you. Women power. Always love it.
Thank
Love
you.
it. Thank you.
Thank you
Looking
so
forward to
much.
seeing this myself.
Yes, very true.
Thank you.
Thank you for listening to You Are a Force. Hit subscribe and join us next week for more powerful stories from women rewriting the rules. Until then, keep building, keep leading, and remember, you are a force.